What's up, everyone? It is Crypto Education, Crypto Nomads, Yasser Gomes, Joe Koshov for Coach K. How's it going, everyone? We're going to do a quicker version of this because I know you guys said that sometimes we do the TA and it takes too long. So we're going to run through the top 5 coins that you guys have voted for this week, and we'll give you a little bit of predictions where the market might be going, and we're just going to get through it really quick. So how's it going, Yasser? Hope you're doing well.
Likewise, brother. All
Absolutely.
good. Nice to do a TA again. It's been a while.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So I guess everyone's kind of wondering what's going on with the market. Is it going to move up? Is it going to move down? And I personally think over the next couple of months, we're probably going to see more downward momentum or sideways movement, but we'll see. What do you think?
Surprised.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised.
Okay.
So firstly, I'm gonna try and aim for 2 to 3 minutes per coin.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do different time frames just to give you guys different perspectives,
okay.
so you understand the sort of the overview of the market as well as the day-to-day stuff.
Right.
So let's start with BTC USD on the Bitstamp exchange.
Yep.
So currently we can see that we're sitting at that 4-5 zone, which comes in from the support level over here. The next support zone comes in at that 3K level. That's why people are talking about that 3K zone that comes. Let me just remove this so you guys can see properly. This, like that. So here's this 4-5 zone that we're currently sitting at.
Yep.
Followed by that $3,000 sort of support zone over there.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if I run Fibonacci from the lowest low to the highest high, we are sitting at the maximum retracement level, which is 78.6. That is the last retracement level before we hit 100. Anything beyond 100 is known as an extension and not a retracement. In the bigger scheme of things, we can see that this is, so over here, I still mentioned on one of my videos that this is, while it's an 11-month bear trend, the biggest scheme of things is that we are indeed still in a bullish 5-wave pattern, with this being wave 1, retracement wave 2, wave 3 to go above the close of wave 1.
Right.
So this would be my first main target of reversal. It has been for a very long time. Most of you know that already.
Yeah.
And so Fibonacci does support that theory, as well as the current candle closing at exactly this level over here.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wait, however, for the 1st of December to see where that candle is going to start, because this is obviously a monthly chart.
Right.
So if the candle opens above this candle's or November's candle's close, that's going to be a very bullish sign, and we may be reversing. If it then opens around the same area or lower, we may then see that $3,000 area.
Right.
Makes sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, if I move over to the weekly, let's do this. We'll get a very similar sort of idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
Just with the different sort of candles.
Mm-hmm.
The price points that you guys got to be looking out for in terms of a reversal is the following. You got to look for the $6,000, this $6,000 consolidation wall over here. We have to break through that. We then have to break through the 7-4, the 8-5, the 10, and ultimately the 12, creating that sort of U shape and ultimately a breakout to the upside.
Mm-hmm.
So we will not. Let me say this loud and clear. We will not confirm that we are in a 100% bull trend until we break $12,000. That's when I become 100% bullish. Obviously, the percentile increases on the bullishness, if you will, as we break previous all-time highs. But for now, as it stands, we are looking like we have hit the bottom for BTC.
Okay.
And this is on the BTC USD chart, by the way.
All right.
Would you like me to do BTC USDT quickly?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Same, right?
Okay.
Yeah. USDT is in its own world, anyways, with the whole DOJ investigation now. So we'll see what happens with them.
Okay, so moving on to Bitcoin's baby brother.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't much data to pull on the monthly, so I'm going to move over to the weekly. This is USDT. Sorry, let me change that. Apologies. Let's go Bitstamp again. Let's delete this mess. Pull back. All right. So once again, we can see where we're trading. We almost,
Absolutely.
before even plotting Fibonacci, we can see that this is the 100% zone. Litecoin has come back to pretty much almost where it started. So if we plot Fibonacci, that is the 100% retracement zone. And in saying that, this thing looks like it has bottomed out. But if Bitcoin does come down to that $3,000 level, we'll then have to use the last low to high area, which is from this point here to this point here, and we will then look for a extension beyond 100%, which would then look like that. No, that's incorrect. Sorry, I plotted that wrong. Just replot that. It's actually down from here to here. Apologies. Much tighter. So beyond that, we're looking at 12 bucks. So 261 is $12.40, if you will. That's of course if it doesn't get held up by the current 100% extension,
right.
As well as Bitcoin not holding up its 4-5 zone. So that's that in terms of the weekly. Let me move over to the daily. What we're looking at the moment, let's plot a fib from this level to this level here. And so we are aiming for that 23 buck level, like I just mentioned. That's a nice sort of level of confluence that confirms that that's what the next support zone would be, even though we don't have any previous candlestick data to provide any support zones. We'll have to just rely on Fibonacci on this one.
Right.
All right. Sorry, I just want to fix something quick.
No problem.
Hello?
All right.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so I just wanted to mention one more thing on BTC. I forgot. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go back to, I just want to show you this 4-hour. I mentioned that we may be seeing a V-shaped reversal. I mentioned that on my group, on the Crypto Nomads group, and that was just a couple days ago. So we can see that over here already. Can you see that V-shape coming in? So this candlestick, which is just off a doji, shows that this is quite a bullish signal, simply because the price closed much higher than its low, indicating that this is a potential reversal or short-term reversal. If the price does break out, and we do have a breakout off this V-shaped reversal, our first resistance zone obviously comes in at around that 5.5, followed by that 6K area up here. So just note those two areas down.
All right.
All right. So moving on to XRP. I don't know why this thing keeps popping up. My laptop is still getting fixed, so I'm borrowing a laptop at the moment.
Oh yeah, no worries. You had that pop-up blocker, man.
Okay, so in terms of XRP, with regard to the overview, for me, there has been a bit of a breakout when we had that 188% spike in 2 to 3 days. That was quite a while back. However, the RSI is trading very neutral at the moment. There isn't any overbought or oversold zones at the moment. So that's not going to give us any indication.
Yeah.
And worse off, XRP has been decoupling from BTC already. So it's very difficult now to say we have to wait for BTC to understand what's going to happen with XRP, because XRP could just do its own thing at any given time. I will, however, say that the zone over here has been holding very, very strong, and has been now since the 24th of September. This 43 cent zone has been support the entire time, which obviously comes in from this candlestick formation over here, or this consolidation level over here.
Right.
So in terms of where we're going, assuming that this is the low currently where we're at now.
Yeah.
Let's plot Fibonacci two ways. We're going to plot it from this low over here to this high to see where the price was caught. So we can see that it was caught just above that 78.6, which is the last retracement zone. And that for me indicates that this may be a reversal sign, because it hadn't retraced onto an extension, continuing with the major market move, which is essentially that bear market that we've been seeing the whole time. Okay? So if this is a retracement and not a major market continuation move, then this definitely supported that theory. But now we are looking to come back down to the 78.6, and so we have to stay above this 36, 37 cent area in order for us to continue that sort of bullish theory, if you will. But if it doesn't hold at this point here, we're very likely going to see XRP come back down to around the 25 cent mark.
Yeah.
All right. Assuming
I
that
personally
this
think
is
it's going
low,
to.
I just want to, because I feel a little bit more bullish than I do bearish with regard to Bitcoin right now. To be honest.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin has its own crazy psychopaths trying to have a hash war and driving the cost down, selling off their Bitcoin. You know, like there's manipulation, and I think like even Craig Wright should be like, whatever he's doing is like it's manipulating the market, and I think that he should be tried for it, honestly. But you know, he's a jerk, and people say, well, he isn't really breaking the law, but it's kind of, I mean, if I manipulated a market in the stocks, couldn't I go to jail? Like, because I had a lot of one stock and I manipulated it and I sold it off, like. So that's one thing I think about, but I think XRP is just late to the party. It's gonna dump more, I think, just because, you know, when the whole entire market's moving down, generally a lot of people start selling.
Have a look, bro. Have a look. So have a look at the RSI. Okay.
Yeah.
The RSI, so the current level of the RSI was exactly the same on the 11th of October and was roughly the same around the first to second week of September as well, indicating that this has been the low, proving that that 43 cent level does indeed coincide with the support zone over here on that RSI. Yeah, you're 100% in saying that if the 78.6 doesn't hold, have a look where the RSI is at the moment. We're currently sitting neutral, but at the bottom in terms of the last couple RSI bottoms, like we're seeing over here and over here. But in order for us to get that oversold level, XRP would need to come down to that 36 cent level first. Right. And to get really oversold, we'd need to come down to that 25 cent level. And that would bring us back down beneath that oversold zone as well, indicating that, of course, there's a buy opportunity. Okay. However, just on the bullish side, if for some or other reason this happens to be the bottom, assuming that this area over here is the bottom, let's draw a fib line from there to there so that the guys know what to look out for should there be a breakout. As you said, there's so much manipulation in the market at the moment, we actually don't know which direction it's going to go. We can only use TA to the best of our abilities, you know, and try and predict. But, you know, when institutions hold most of the funds and, you know, they sell one of the funds, it moves the entire market. Absolutely. So we just really got to be careful with that. So in the sense that we now may have a bullish reversal at this point here, if Bitcoin also has that reversal, we will then be aiming for a continuation of this market move and not a retracement. So anything beyond 100% is exactly at 90 cents and $1. So that's what we've got to be looking out for. Okay. It's a breakout to the upside.
All right.
All right.
So what's going on with XLM? Is it going to continue dropping?
Yeah. Let's have a look at XLM. XLM also follows XRP. Let's delete everything. Let's pull this back. This thing is driving me mad. It's one of these AZERTY keyboards. So I'm not used to it. It's one of these European keyboards. Drives me up the wall. Anyway, okay. So RSI has come to the bottom. We aren't exactly oversold yet. We currently have a candle that's sitting well above its candlestick low for the day. Which is indicating a little bit of bullishness, but if we plot Fibonacci, let's say from this level here, well, actually no, because that'll be 100%. So we'll go from this low to this high, which is the last low to the last high. That brings us in at around 161. As we all know, 161 is the golden rule on Fibonacci, and that's why we're seeing that massive candlestick wick. I believe, Jay, that we may have a bit of a reversal here. And even though XLM is very much tied to XRP, it is also very much tied to BTC, which makes things very difficult to try and assume what's going to happen for XLM.
Absolutely.
Consideration of the decoupling, as I previously mentioned. But that being said, there is a lot of sort of bullishness, if you will, right now on the day for the following three reasons. One, Fibonacci hitting that 161.8 level. We got that RSI that's almost oversold, and lastly, we've hit that 100% mark, which is over here. Just pop that in for you, as we can see right there. So every time it comes back down, we move back up, and it's respected that the whole time.
Right.
So that's what I would expect for XLM.
All right, cool. Right on.
Right.
So last but not least, ETH. I made a video today about saying, you know, it's probably going to keep going down, and the reason why I say that is a lot of ICOs have a lot of ETH still, and yeah, they you know, they're going to eventually need money, and I don't see the market recovering until after the new year. So I think it's going to dip more. What do you think?
Should we bet a Rolex on that? I saw a tweet the other day, and one of the guys said that he had a bet running live with one of his followers on Twitter that the guy bet him a Rolex that Bitcoin wasn't going to come down to $4,300, and the guy had to buy him a Rolex.
Jesus, that guy's a high roller.
So, yeah. So okay. So ETH we're gonna have to spend a little bit more time on.
Okay. It's our last one, so it's all good. Give a little
so
look.
we've got this zone right here, which is support. Let me just make that a bit thinner, it's a bit too thick. And we've got this area here slightly, which is also support. And let's plot Fibonacci as well. Let's plot Fibonacci from the all-time low to the all-time high to see where it's currently sitting. Well, you can see it's 100% already, actually.
Yeah.
There's no point in doing that. Okay, so we can see that that's at 100%. Let's pull it from a more previous low to high, which is from here to here. And look at that. Slightly above the 161.
Yeah.
So that could be sort of the bottom, the kind of bottom. Well, let's have a look quickly. So we're saying actually 161 sits in at $75.
Yeah.
$75.
So that's
let's just try and find a zone of confluence. So we said $75 on there. Let's use this little consolidation level over here. See if there's any $75 zones. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so there is no zone of confluence on that, but the current 161 level does sit slightly below where we're currently sitting, and it's probably working off this Fibonacci instead of the bigger one, because this is obviously the weekly and not the monthly as I would draw it out.
Right.
So support, we got to be looking at this first level over here, which is that 115. So if there's no support to that 115, it looks pretty bad for Ethereum. It needs to hold maximum at 115. If it doesn't, the next support level, we're looking at $90. No, I lied. $100, and the next support zone is sitting in and around 50, 55, somewhere there. That's not to say, guys, that it is going there. That's just what the support zones are. So
yep.
just make mental notes of that you have your support zone over here and over here, and that's it.
Yeah. So ETH is going down, man. I think it is. You think it's going to jump?
Look, I mean, it's looking very bottomy to me. It's looking very bottomy. Let's take a look at the weekly RSI. Look at that. Okay, so when was the last time? So there isn't any data previous to this. Previous to what? What is this?
2015.
2015. So in the last 3 years, for the first time on USDT, which is Binance, by the way, guys. Sorry, actually it's Poloniex. I apologize. Ethereum USDT on Poloniex. For the last 3 years, RSI on Ethereum hasn't been this low.
Same with Bitcoin, actually, on the daily.
Same with Bitcoin. Actually, same with a lot of the coins.
Yeah.
But some of the other coins, it hasn't been as long as 3 years. So the point is, I believe that we are very much bottoming out at the moment. based on that $4,900 level on Bitcoin, or $4,800 zone. Sorry, not level. I feel that most of the coins have bottomed out. I really do. I don't see it.
I think this whole like Craig Wright stuff though, man, it's causing a lot of people to get out of the market and wait for what's going on. And you see back taking time to get in the market all of a sudden when they were going to start in December. All of a sudden they're not going to do it, and it's kind of coinciding with this. So there's a lot of stuff that's kind of interesting that way too, where when you look at it. But I think that I think a lot of the market's just going to keep going in decline until next year, because people have low confidence in it right now too, as well. So I don't know.
Well, so Jay, brother, we mustn't forget about the crypto fear and greed index. I mean, that's over and above. So TA is fantastic, fundamentals is fantastic, but price is king. Price is king. Price will always be king. And what drives price is our sentiment. And if there's a lot of fear in the market at the moment, fear generally presents fantastic buying opportunities, as we well now know.
Yeah.
But it also sort of presents a lot of uncertainty, and so people will now remain out of the market. And specifically because of the massive value drop from 20,000 to 6, it's created, or now 4, it's created massive, loss of confidence in cryptocurrencies across the board.
Yep.
And I feel that we have, a very, very small percentage of people still hanging on and trading. And what's really going to spark all of this up is probably going to be the institutional money.
Of course.
Likely 1 and 2, the current fund managers who are trading, the bigger sort of crypto holdings.
Absolutely.
So it's looking very bottomy across the board. I don't see things going any further than that. However, I don't have a crystal ball, but make sure that your stop losses are set. I mentioned on BTC but that was BTC USD. Let me just have a quick look for you guys where your stop loss needs to sit. So your stop loss needs to be below this candlestick low. I actually got closed out because of this bloody candlestick low over here, and I actually set it a little too high. So I would set it even lower than that on this BTC USD Bitstamp we're looking at currently. Look at setting it around 4K. With the buy in and around that $3,000 level, you're looking at $1,000 profit per Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair.
Sure enough. All right. Well, thanks, Yasser. That was a good overview of the coins. Like we said, we're trying to keep it short and sweet. So, thanks everyone for coming out and watching, and we'll see you guys next week for Battle of the TA with Yasser versus Mike.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And if you guys haven't already, please check out Crypto Nomads and Portfolio Crypto Consultancy. One last thing, Jay. I'm doing a live event, a live crypto event on the 7th of December. I'm going to be streaming it live on my Facebook group, Crypto Nomads. So if you guys want to join, please come aboard.
Right on, man. Sweet.
Cool, brother.
All right.